Hi guys, Matty Sinclair here. Welcome to Cobram Estate. Today we're going to be running through a couple of recipes with their gorgeous extra virgin olive oil. So the first one that we're going to kick off with is a nice yogurt and olive oil sorbet. Pairing it with yogurt, some beautiful lemons, lemon zest. It's just a cracking combination and a really, really nice way to enjoy the olive oil. The first thing we're going to do is get a couple of sheets of gelatin. So we'll just put that into some tempered water. All right, now that we've got the gelatin in there blooming, we can now crack on with the buttermilk. So we're just gonna get a little saucepan here, and then we'll combine that with the caster sugar. So we'll just get that onto a medium heat. We only wanna bring it up slowly. You don't want it to get too hot. The reason being, the hotter you get it to, you've got to bring it all the way back down. So just get it to the point where you can melt the sugar, hot enough to then combine the gelatin, and then you're pretty much good to go. All right, so that sugar is starting to combine into the buttermilk. Now, next step, yogurt, lemons, olive oil. So we've got some cold yogurt here, straight out of the fridge. The bonus about having the cold yogurt is it's going to assist in bringing down the temperature of the buttermilk and the sugar. So it's going to get you to that point so your ice cream churner doesn't have to work as hard or for as long. So we've got yogurt in there. Next, a nice generous hit of the extra virgin olive oil. All right, so that should do us for the extra virgin olive oil. The reason why I've gone with the classic, it's got enough body, but not too much. So it's gonna have a nice sort of back notes of the olive oil that's gonna come through the sorbet, but it's not gonna override it. It's not gonna be too over the top. All right, so we're gonna use the zest and juice of probably about 2 lemons. That's gonna give it enough acidity and oils out of the lemon to cut through the creaminess. All right, now it's time to combine the buttermilk and sugar with our gelatin. So this is really softened up here. So it's gone from being like a stiff sheet of plastic to, beautifully soft gelatin, and that's going to dissolve really, really well. So we'll just squeeze out any excess into the hot buttermilk, and we'll just give that a bit of a stir to combine it. So the reason for putting the gelatin into that water to bloom it and to soften it is so it will melt down and dissolve evenly throughout the warm liquid. In this case is the buttermilk and the caster sugar. All right, so this is one of our mixtures: yogurt, olive oil, lemon juice, lemon zest, and we're just going to combine that with the buttermilk, sugar, and gelatin. And then just give it a good whisk, get it to combine and emulsify pretty much. So this is a good consistency for a sorbet. It's very, very similar to the consistency of a good anglaise or an ice cream base. So there's not a great deal of water content in here, which is going to prevent that icy texture that you can get in some sorbets. So this is looking really sharp. All right, I think we're good to go. All right. So if you can, just kind of chase the churner so you don't get any on top. And that's a pretty solid amount in there. All right, so we'll lock that away for probably 25 minutes, half an hour, until it starts to ball up and grab the side of the churner. If you don't have a churner at home, the only other way that you can get around it, if you lay the mixture down into a deep baking dish, put it in the freezer, keep an eye on it until it gets to the point where it's semi-frozen, throw it in a food processor or a blender, blitz it up. That's going to emulsify it to give you that texture, and then bang it back in the freezer to finish it off. And I reckon that'll be pretty much scoopable. All right, so the sorbet has had its time in the freezer. It's got to the point now where it's certainly scoopable, and now we're just going to plate it up. I've just knocked up some brown sugar and walnut cakes to go with this, put it together, some nice fresh berries, and then hit it with another glug of the Cobram Estate Classic Extra Virgin Olive Oil.